Below is a clear, structured, exam-oriented explanation of doctrine of indoor management, rule of constructive notice, binding nature of articles, and exceptions, perfect for LLB, CS, CA company law answers. 1. Binding nature of memorandum, MOA, and articles, AOA. Sections 10 to 16, Companies Act, 2013. Section 10 Effect of MOA and AOA. Once registered, the MOA and AOA bind. Company left-right arrow members. Members left-right arrow each other as if both had signed the documents. Implications 1. Members must follow the articles, and the company must adhere to them. 2. Articles govern internal management, rights, and duties of members. 3. Members can enforce rights given in the articles, e.g., voting rights, share transfer restrictions. 4. Outsiders cannot enforce articles, because articles constitute a contract between members in the company, not with outsiders. Case law. Hickman v. Kenter Romney Mars Sheep Breeders Association, 1915, articles bind members in their capacity as members. V.B. Rangaraj vs. V.B. Gopalakrishnan, 1992, shareholder agreements inconsistent with articles are invalid. 2. Rule of constructive notice. Meaning, anyone dealing with the company is presumed to have knowledge of the contents of the MOA and AOA, because these documents are public and available for inspection at the ROC. Effect. Outsiders cannot plead ignorance of the company's powers or internal rules written in MOA, AOA. Important point. Constructive notice protects the company, not outsiders. Case. Kotla Venkataswamy v. Ram Murthy, 1934 Mad. Outsider relied on a document not duly signed as required in the article's right pointing arrow held. Outsider was bound to know the articles and cannot enforce the document. 3. Doctrine of indoor management, also known as the Turquoise Rule. Origin. Royal British Bank v. Turquoise, 1856. Purpose. Account the balance to the harshness of the rule of constructive notice. Principle. Outsiders dealing with the company are entitled to assume that the company's internal procedures have been properly complied with. In simple terms, outsiders must know what is on paper, MOA, AOA, but need not check internal compliance. Example. If articles say, directors may borrow money with approval of a resolution, the outsider need not verify the resolution. They may assume it was passed. Rationale. Internal procedures are not open to public inspection, thus outsiders cannot be expected to verify them. 4. Importance of doctrine of indoor management. Protects outsiders entering into commercial transactions. Ensures business efficacy and avoids delays. Balances the strictness of constructive notice. 5. Exceptions to the doctrine of indoor management. The rule will not apply in the following circumstances. A. Knowledge of irregularity. If the outsider knows about the irregularity, they cannot rely on indoor management. Case. Howard v. Patent Ivory Manufacturing Company, 1888. Directors exceeded borrowing limits. Plaintiff knew this right pointing arrow doctrine not applicable. B. Suspicion of irregularity, inquiry needed. Where the circumstances are suspicious, the outsider must make inquiry. Case. Anand Bihari Lal v. Dinshaw and Company, 1942. A company accountant purported to transfer property though he had no authority. Right pointing arrow. A reasonable person should have checked right pointing arrow. No protection. C. Forgery. Doctrine does not validate forged documents. Case. Reuben v. Great Fingall Consolidated, 1906. Company seal was affixed by secretary fraudulently. Right pointing arrow. Outsider cannot enforce it. Forgery is void ab initio. D. Acts outside apparent authority, ultra vires authority. If the person acting on behalf of the company clearly has no authority, outsider cannot rely on the doctrine. E. Lack of good faith. If the outsider acts negligently, or without due care, doctrine will not protect them. 6. Comparative table. Rule. Meaning. Protects against whom? Constructive notice. Outsider is presumed to know MOA, AOA company outsider. Indoor management. Outsider may assume internal compliance. Outsider company. 7. Key case laws to mention in exams. Rule of constructive notice. Kotla Venkataswamy v. Ram Murthy, 1934. Indore Management. Royal British Bank v. Turkwan, 1856. Foundational case. Exceptions. Howard v. Patent Ivory, knowledge of irregularity. Anand Bihari Lal v. Dinshaw, suspicious circumstances. Reuben v. Great Bengal Consolidated, forgery. Ready-made exam answer, short form. If you want, I can also prepare a 3-marker, 5-marker, or 10-marker answer format for quick memorization. Would you like as a crisp, exam-oriented explanation of each of the 4 cases you listed, focusing on doctrine of Indore management, constructive notice, and authority of agents under company law? These are standard cases expected in 10 to 15 mark answers. 1. Royal British Bank v. Turkwan, 1856. Citation 119 or 886, 1843-60, all ER Rep 435 Doctrine of Indore Management, Turkwan Rule. Facts. The company's articles allowed directors to borrow money, provided they passed a resolution in a general meeting. The directors borrowed money from the Royal British Bank without actually passing the required resolution. Issue. Can the outsider, the bank, enforce the loan, even though the internal resolution wasn't passed? Held. Yes, outsiders are entitled to assume that internal formalities have been complied with. Principle laid down. Outsiders need not inquire into internal proceedings of the company. They can rely on the doctrine of Indore management, which acts as a counterbalance to the rule of constructive notice. Importance. This is the foundation case for the doctrine. 2. Freeman and Lockyer v. Buckhurst Park Properties, Mangal, Limited. 1964. Citation 1964-1 All 630 Doctrine, Apparent Ostensible Authority. Facts. A director, Kapoor, acted as if he had authority to enter into contracts for the company, though no formal resolution had appointed him as managing director. The company benefited from the work done by Freeman and Lockyer and later denied liability, saying Kapoor had no actual authority. Issue. Can the company be bound by acts of an agent who has no actual authority? Held. Yes, the company is bound because Kapoor had ostensible, apparent, authority, created by the company's conduct. Principle laid down. For apparent authority to bind the company. 1. The company must have represented that the agent had authority. 2. The representation can be by conduct, not necessarily written. 3. The outsider must have relied on that representation in good faith. 4. The act must be within the usual authority of such an agent. Importance. This case expands protection to outsiders even where articles are silent, as long as the company created an impression of authority. 3. Kotla Venkateswamy v. Chinta Ramamurthy, 1934, Madras HC. Citation. A 1934 Mad 579 Doctrine, Rule of Constructive Notice. Facts. A mortgage deed was executed on behalf of a company, signed by only one director and the secretary. But the articles required signatures of 3 officers, 1. Chairman 2. Managing Director 3. Secretary. Issue. Can the outsider enforce the mortgage? Held. No. Outsider must know the articles. Since the articles were public documents, the outsider is deemed to have constructive notice of the signing requirement. Principle. An outsider cannot rely on Indore management when the irregularity concerns a requirement visible on the face of the articles. Constructive notice applies strictly. Importance. Leading Indian case showing the limit of Indore management and strength of constructive notice. 4. Dehradun Mussoorie Electric Tramway Company v. Jagmonder Das, 1932, Allahabad HC. Citation. A 1932 All 141 Doctrine of Indore Management, Irregular Appointment of Directors. Facts. Certain directors who signed a contract were improperly appointed, but to an outsider, they appeared to be validly acting directors. Issue. Is the company bound by acts of directors whose internal appointment was defective? Held. Yes, because the outsider could assume internal compliance. Principle laid down. Outsiders are entitled to assume that persons acting as directors have been properly appointed. Internal irregularities in appointment cannot be used by the company to escape liability. Importance. Indian authority reinforcing Turquoise rule, outsiders need not verify internal appointments. How these four cases fit together. Doctrine. Protects. Leading cases. Indore Management Outsiders Royal British Bank v. Turquoise, Dehradun Mussoorie case. Doctrine. Protects. Leading cases. Ostensible Authority Outsiders Freeman and Lockyer v. Buckhurst Park. Constructive Notice Company Kotla Venkataswamy v. Ramamurthy. If you want, I can also prepare a 10-mark combined answer including all these doctrines and cases. Ostensible authority, also called apparent authority, is a principle of company and agency law that protects outsiders who deal with the company in good faith. Simple definition, easy to remember. Ostensible authority is the authority that a person appears to have because of the company's conduct, even if the person does not actually have that authority. In short, what the company makes it look like the person can do equals ostensible authority. If an outsider relies on that appearance honestly, the company is bound by the person's actions. Example, very simple. A director who is not formally appointed as managing director signs a contract on behalf of the company. If the company allows him to act like a managing director, attends meetings with him, lets outsiders believe he has authority. Right pointing arrow, then the company cannot deny his authority later. This seems like authority is ostensible authority. Legal requirements from Freeman and Lockyer case. The company will be bound if 1. Representation. The company, through words or conduct, represented that the person had authority. 2. Reliance. The outsider relied on that representation in good faith. 3. Within usual authority. The act done is something normally done by a person in that position. 4. Capacity. The company had the capacity, power, to enter the type of contract. Key case, Freeman and Lockyer v. Buckhurst Park, 1964. A director acted like a managing director without formal appointment. Outsiders believed he had authority. Company was held liable. Reason. His apparent or ostensible authority was created by the company's behavior. Difference. Actual vs. Ostensible authority. Actual authority. Ostensible authority. Given expressly or impliedly by the company, not actually given, but appears to be given. Exists internally. Created by company's conduct. Based on internal rules, MOA, AOA, resolutions, based on outsiders' reasonable belief. Company is bound because authority exists. Company is bound because it represented authority. Online exam answer. Ostensible authority is the authority which an agent appears to possess due to the conduct or representation of the company, and on which a third party relies in good faith. If you want, I can also give a 5-mark or 10-mark structured answer on ostensible authority for exam writing.